Hello, and welcome to the Book Doctor's YouTube channel.
Today's video is about
how to get your book turned into a movie or television show.
Yeah.
Start the cameras rolling.
Yeah, let's do. Take one.
So, David has recently penned a deal to have one of his books turned into a television show. And so I'm going to interview him about how to do that.
Let's do it.
I would also like to say that we have just completed a script for a movie.
Screenplay.
And
a romantic comedy.
And David is working on three other TV.
We have a lot of stuff in development right now. We're very excited about it.
Yeah.
Very excited. Totally excited. Really excited. Super excited.
Okay, are you ready to be
Totally,
interviewed?
yes. I am ready to be interviewed. Bring it on.
So,
yeah.
I have been told that not only do I need a book agent, but I need a Hollywood agent in order to get my book sold for a TV or movie. Is that true?
Well, whoever told you that, you should fire them immediately, because that's not right. So I didn't have an agent to sell the book. I went right to an independent publisher, and I went and found a producer. I didn't have an agent. I still don't have an agent. I did the whole thing. The negotiation was done just through a lawyer, a fantastic lawyer, who only charges 5%. So an agent charges like 45%, I think, right? I think something like that, 50%.
So what are the tools that one needs to either get a producer or get an actual company or what have you to produce your book as a film or television?
You need a chainsaw, first of all. That's the most important thing. That's a tool that's going to really help you a lot. You need a book and a PDF file of your book, because no one actually reads the book. That's the funny part. But you send the PDF everywhere just to prove there is a book. And, it has to be up on one of the online book retail places so that they can look it up and, oh, yeah, it is actually a book. You need what's called a deck, which is kind of like a proposal, but it's more like a kid's picture book kind of proposal. So there's lots of pictures and not very many words.
Because people don't read in Hollywood.
I don't read so much in Hollywood.
So you do have a visual on the front that you would imagine
like a poster.
Is the poster for the show or the movie.
Yeah.
And then inside you have the pitch that we talk about all the time. And in Hollywood you have both the elevator pitch and the longer pitch.
And you identify what kind, like this is a 1 hour drama filled with black comedy. Like that's the category it's in.
Right. Or you could say this is Mad Men in the...
Yeah, we did. This is Mad Men, but instead of Don Draper, there's a bunch of strippers.
Exactly. Something just like that. Then you have all of your comparison shows, much like a book proposal as well, to show that this has been something like this.
Viewers of these shows
will like this show
as
well. And here's, just like with books, in this section, you want stuff that isn't directly competitive, per se. You want to show shows that are kind of like it in one way or another, but you can, if there was already a show about Chippendales, you wouldn't be putting that in the deck, because then people would just say, oh, that show's already been done.
Or you'd have to differentiate it completely.
Right. And then here's the really fun part. You get to cast
your
characters, where you have descriptions, like 1 paragraph descriptions of each of your characters with a picture of the star that you want to play your character.
Yeah, I want Hugh Jackman to play one of the roles. So there's Hugh Jackman's picture in my deck.
Exactly.
It's really fun.
Exactly.
And Timothée Chalamet.
And then if it's a television show, often you map out what the first X number of episodes, the first season would be.
And then you want to give a broad idea of what 5 seasons would be. Where's the show going to go?
Or is it a limited series and it just has that number of shows in it?
And also, we have what's called, what we say is what it is and what it ain't. So these are the things that it is, And these are the things that it aren't, like that it aren't,
no,
that it isn't.
Absolutely. And what are the 4 principles that apply to getting your book made to a movie or television show that happen to also apply to getting your book published?
I have no idea. No, wait a minute, I do. One is, I don't know, this is not the top one, but research.
I think it is the top one.
Could be the top one.
Finding a producer.
So, finding a producer. Yeah.
Finding the right match for either showrunner, whatever.
A showrunner is somebody who runs the show.
Thank you.
In Hollywood, and they're a little bit like unicorns. They're very hard. The really good ones are booked for years in advance. So you kind of want to find somebody who's on the rise, who's not a superstar yet, but who's done some great work. So it takes a long time to find that person. There's a thing called IMDB, and that's a database of all the actors, all the movies, all the TV shows, all the producers, and it's got contact information, who represents them. So, I mean, we put together, me and my producing team, hundreds of lists of people that we would like to work with.
And this also applies if you do want to have a Hollywood agent, in terms of finding, just like with a book, who is the right agent for you for this project.
Yes. I mean, I talk to a lot of agents about this and some other projects. It's super hard to get a good Hollywood agent, as it is to get a really good book agent.
Yeah.
Number two.
Oh dear. Good thing I'm around.
Networking. So I was going out, we live in New Jersey. I was flying out to Hollywood, I swear, at one point every other week to meet with people. Whoever. I mean.
And we were asking friends. Our old neighbor, she was like, "Oh,
I know a guy.
My friend's husband just became the some big job at Hulu. Yeah. Would you like me to get his information?"
Yes, we would.
Yes, we would.
Yes, we would. So networking is a huge part of just connecting with people, and this person knows that person. And number 3.
Writing, once again, comes in. It's a reconception of your book and thinking about it, as David was saying, in new and different ways, and figuring out how to turn it into either 3 acts or 10 episodes or 5 seasons or whatever it is. So the writing takes on a different style.
Yeah, it does.
At this point.
Absolutely.
But it still is writing.
It is. And that when they open the deck, there's the poster, and the first thing you see is the pitch. We come back to the pitch, which we always emphasize. And this pitch for Hollywood is different than a book. So you have to do research, and you have to network just to get the pitch together. We show this to tons of people.
Yeah.
We network the pitch around. We research what different pitches look like. We looked at all kinds of decks. Ariel and I are working on another project, and we found a deck for Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. It was beautiful. Research,
yeah.
All right, 4.
Perseverance.
Perhaps, once again, the most important of all 4. Because Hollywood is tough.
Yeah, I mean, everything's tough. It's tough all over.
And,
as I said, this book came out in 2008, and nobody bought it. So, the logical conclusion is that nobody wants it. And we all fall into that idea, I guess I should just quit now since no one's buying the book.
To wrap this up, we just want to say that the same principles apply to getting your book turned into a television or movie as the principles of getting your book published. And there are as many ways to go about. I mean, you can make your own YouTube series and it can get picked up along the way, just like what are those?
High Maintenance. What?
High Maintenance.
And the 2 women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't think of the name. Called? Can't think of it.
Christy will put a little thing there.
Yeah.
Say what it
so
is.
Anyway, you can make a movie on your iPhone. You can go to the biggest agent out there and try and convince them why your book is going to turn into the greatest movie or television series ever made. All of these possibilities exist. The one thing that stays consistent across the board is you have to persevere through all the no's. And there will be lots of no's along the way.
Nose to grindstone, baby.
All right, everybody. See you at the bookstore.
Got a fancy new camera.
We do. Are you looking into it or are you looking into the screen?
No, I'm looking into the camera.
Excellent.
Because, I think it's going to make us look a lot better. And in the world of books, what you look like is everything.
Well, I think it's appropriate that it's a better camera for today's discussion.
Oh, yeah. You need a chainsaw, first of all. That's the most important thing. That's a tool that's going to really help you a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need...
Is that to threaten people?
Absolutely. You fire this thing up in a meeting, they're like, oh, yes, absolutely. We love the project. Yes, we'd love to do it. Just make sure it's well lubricated. And you are well lubricated. So, but it's, it's got the pitch in it. It's you make a title, like a poster.
I think I'll describe this part of it.
Okay. All right. My wife's going to describe it now.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't do it.
I need to keep you on track.
Do you, though? Do you really, though? Why?
Remember, I talked about those 4.
Oh, shiznickles.